Hello.
And good morning.
My name is Maddy Long.
And my name is Maya Trepa.
And you're watching the Channel 4 News.
On Fox. Today we will be talking about a crisis that reoccurs in California and all around the world.
The crisis being rape and sexual assault.
So we're going to tell you some facts. Okay, I bet you guys didn't know that every 107 seconds another American is sexually assaulted.
Two out of those three assaults are committed by someone known to the victim.
68% of sexual assaults are not reported to the authorities.
44% of victims are under the age of 18, and 80% are under the age of 30.
Our last fact of the day is 98% of rapists will never spend a day in prison. Last Friday, May 1st, me and Maddy visited a local school in Marin named Novato High School.
There, we interviewed students and teachers their opinion on the subject matter.
We also gave them statistics and information on rape and sexual assault to help better educate their knowledge on the subject. Let's jump right into these interviews.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's pretty sad, honestly.
Well, if you think about it, in college, it's like 1 in 5 girls.
Well, I mean, just in general, it's just not.
And like,
Not so much in America, definitely around the world.
and around the world. Yes.
You hear a lot of issues about rape and women being assaulted all over the world, so I do think it's an issue.
Yes. I mean, yeah. I don't really know if it happens that much because I don't really hear of it, but I definitely think it is.
Well, I think the violence against women, and rape is part of violence against women, is a crisis in the United States and around the world in many different forms. Rape is just one form of violence against women.
It shouldn't be okay for people to be sexually assaulted.
Well, the problem is that you have our patriarchal culture allows it throughout the world. In the U.S., not so much, but in other parts of the world, allow men to be able to do whatever they want. And women are basically just subject to that, and they have been throughout time.
Well, because I mean, like, it happens everywhere. It's not, and I think because it happens to boys and girls, so it's not just like one gender that it happens to.
Blaming is when somebody gets raped and then you blame the victim for getting raped by telling, like, hey, you asked for it because your clothes, or like you were flirting with a rapist. And, like,
Heard of that. I know exactly what you mean now. Yes.
I do not know. Yeah, I know. That's not good. That's horrible.
Being is basically saying that it was the victim's fault that they were the victims of the sexual assault.
Yes, it's when somebody who brings out the evidence of a wrongdoing, and because the action was so bad, people are usually more apt to blame the victim because we're so concerned with keeping the peace.
The woman's always to blame. Either she dressed in a way provocatively, or women are shamed in society.
I'm not sure, but is it when a rapist blames the victim for, like, exploiting himself?
that shouldn't increase, and that doesn't increase anything.
No,
it's just
I don't believe it's clothing. I believe that it's an act of violence, and it's not what the girl's wearing. It's what the aggressor, I think, has in mind about that particular person that they choose to rape.
No, it shouldn't. I mean, it kind of does, just because it's sad how the world works, but it shouldn't, and it's not right. And people shouldn't sexualize women's bodies like that.
It does, but it shouldn't. Okay, so there have been a lot of stories circulating social media. A lot of them are saying, hey, I wore like sweats and a tank top to school and I was still sexually assaulted. So it doesn't really matter if you're wearing, say, booty shorts and a crop top versus really baggy concealing clothing. The chances of getting raped are still pretty high, which is really unfortunate and pretty disgusting.
Make it more known, and I don't know. there's a lot you can do because you can't really stop it.
Well, it's a subject that's not talked about a lot. So because of that, it's kind of, because it's such a taboo subject, and if you're not educated on it, that can lead to problems.
The people who are raped don't speak out because they're afraid of being shamed.
Yes!
Well, the answer is always education. You'll always want to be able to inform people at a young age, not too young. I think high school is probably a good time to start educating kids because you have their growth hormones, they have different types of activities are happening in their bodies, pituitary glands, all that stuff. They're all they're all maturing. And
usually, since it's legal, people committing the issue probably crack down on that kind of thing in the system.
I think it's more like we can't really abolish it right now, but we can repress it.
Yeah, we can. I mean, you can teach people the consequences. The consequences, and you can also kind of just let people know that it's okay to report anything.
Thank you so much for joining us today on this fine Monday morning.
I'm Maddy Long.
And I'm Maya Treppa. Now take it away with the weather, Barb.
We are scavenging the school. This is the News Report 101. I'm at 1%. This is crucial. There he is. We found him.
Before we jump into the interviews. I was going to say that. Okay, let's go.
Done. I quit.
You give me headaches.
You give me headaches.
Headaches.
Focus. Is it focusing? Do you think it's focusing? Paid.
Picking up the papers, you fool. Before we jump into the interview.
You broke my nose. Are you ready?
You know what they say.
Maddie. We're doing a closing statement.
Put the bedclothes down with the nightwear. That's the same thing as a marathon.
Maddie, stop doing that! I quit. Breaking news.
I know it's supposed to go like this.
Friday, May 1st, me and All
I do is win, no matter what.